Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you're all well and safe and having a fabulous day. I'm having a pretty good day. I've been playing around with watercolours in Krita, and I have been using the Alpha Lock in conjunction with the watercolour brushes to come up with this really delicate watercolour of an old bike that's been taken over by nature as these poppies are sort of growing between the wheels and the framework. I had so much fun painting this, discovering how you can use the Alpha Lock with the brushes and change colours and really subtle effects. It's a long video. I've made this a long video because I didn't want you to miss anything. I've shown every single brush stroke so you can see exactly what I'm doing in detail, and it really is a lot of fun. I encourage you all to have a go. It's such a cool app, Krita. I'm loving it more and more every day. So have a go at this Alpha Lock with watercolour. You could do this in any app that supports Alpha Lock with watercolour brushes, to be honest, and it really is a lot of fun. So anyway, I'll shut up and let's just get straight into the video. I've opened up Krita. I have got a display of 4000 pixels by 4000 pixels, 300 dpi, and I want to do watercolor of this bike. So I'm going to start painting in the bike, not worry about the background or anything else at all to start with, and I'm just going to use a fairly light, I think, colour wise, let's pick it up here. Yeah, something like that. And I'm just going to start painting in this bike. I try and get it as accurate as I can. This was amazing. We've got one little bit of our garden which we are working on, a patio area, and there's an area of it that has got it's had a few weeds in it, and we've just let it go wild for maybe a month, I would say. Not very long, not long at all. For maybe a month, and we've also dismantled an old shed and propped this bike up against the wall. I mean, that mud must have been on that bike for 5 or 6 years because it belongs to Special K's son, who now lives a good way away in Norwich. So he hasn't used it for a while, and we just leant it against the fence, and within a week, literally a week, because we had some strong winds and the wind blew the bike over, and I picked it up, I think it was less than a week ago, propped it up back against the fence, and lo and behold, this wild poppy is growing through it. Now, we have seeded some of these poppies in our garden, but this one is obviously, we sort of planted the seeds ourselves, but this one has taken on, it's just grown itself. Within a week, and I thought it was just amazing the way that nature takes over now. The wheel. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use Alpha Lock to totally change the look. This. I don't even know if it's going to work. It's just a little exercise. Well, I've totally got that wrong, haven't I? Let's just move it all over. It needs to be more like that, doesn't it? I think so. Yeah, put it there. That'll do. This can come here. I like it. I'm using the Digital Atelier watercolour brushes. At the minute I'm using the Watersea flat big grain tilt brush. Quite interested to see what I can come up with. I actually come up with this idea when I was lying in bed, and I was I take this photo in the day, and I thought, how am I going to do that? I thought it would be a really cool watercolour with some negative space in it, perhaps. Kind of need to get that flowing through there. Get the eraser out. Get this over, can't I? Tidy this up. You got to bear with me with this one because it's going to look pretty weird until I start doing the alpha lock magic. I just love the way that the nature is totally dominating this bike. That's straight down, isn't it? And kind of like that, I guess. I've never seen anybody do what I'm going to do today. This is a totally new thing for me. I'm not saying there aren't other people that have used this technique, but I haven't seen it not used this way. Obviously, you know, alpha lock. I've made videos on how to use alpha lock before, and so have lots of other people, but not the way I intend to do it. And I haven't tried this. I don't even know if it's going to work. It's just an idea that I've had. I watched a video by Dante talking about his desktop setup and how he, for years, while he was working on a Intuos Pro, you know, sort of a tablet, not a screen display to draw on, he craved to have a screen to draw on, and now he's realizing, now he's got one, that it's not as good as he thought, and he's gone back to using his old A3 size Intuos Pro, and he says he doesn't imagine that he's going to win the battle arguing with people that this is you know what you really need, but it's what's working for him. And I was watching it, I was thinking, I totally agree with you, Barrow. I totally agree with you, because that is exactly what I've done. I've not used my Cintiq as a screen drawing tablet for the last, I don't know, half a dozen videos I've made. I've I'm using it as an intuos. That's why I've not put the little thumbnail in the corner, because I don't think it would help. I'm just erasing a few highlights. So that's sort of the bike roughed in. I do mean roughed in. I suppose I could put a bit of this in here. Cylinder thing. And then I'm going to create a new layer. I'm not doing the alpha lot yet. I'm going to do that in a bit. I'm going to, but you're going to love it. I just know you're going to love it. I want a background colour. I'll keep it fairly. Oh, should I put the poppies in? Should I put the poppies in? Yeah, if I do, I'm going to have to raise. I'm going to make the poppies bigger, by the way. I'm going to have yeah, let's do the poppies first, because that's going to. Again, I'm going to paint this quite flat, and I'll make an alpha layer of this as well. And like I said, I'm going to make it bigger. In the actual photo, I might add a few more poppies in as well. Let's put this one here. I sort of want this layer up above that one, don't I? There we go. There we are. Make it substantially bigger, I think. A bit bigger than that. Should I make them bigger than that? Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to do it with this tool. Oh, no, this tool. That's it. Sort of crank them up a bit in size. Lovely. A bit more like that. And I'm going to use the same colour just to get that. That's wrong, isn't it? That needs to be higher. Is there a way I can select parts of this? I know there is. I know there is. We are. And I can move. Oh, do it again. Try and get all of it. Any minute now. Here we go. Oh, I missed a bit. I'm not bothered about that bit. So move that up to there. I'm thinking there. Yeah, there. That's it. That's cool. Deselect all. Oh, just raise this bit on the bike. Like that. That's it. I'm going to bring that down a bit. I'm changing the composition somewhat. Maybe we ought to have another poppy just here. That. Could that work? I think so. It might work, except now I've done it. That's too big. It's way too big. I've done this too big. Let's just. Oh. Okay, we'll do it that way. Let's just bring that down a bit. That's better. That's better. And do I need to move it all up? I don't know if I like this now. You know what? I'm gonna repurpose this as those leaves. No, I'm not. I'm gonna rub them out. Oh no, trust me. I know what I'm doing. I'm inventing this as I'm going. I'm inventing it as I'm going. I just thought I really like these leaves. I could change to green and paint them in green, but hey, call me crazy. I'm just I can see exactly what I'm doing now. I'm painting them in this green colour. Notice that's not fat enough. It'll be alright. Sculpt it a little bit out. Do. More leaf there, some there. This is fun. I'm really enjoying this. This is totally different to anything I've done before. I suppose I could. I wanted to talk about Digital Atelier. I mean Digital Easel. It's a Facebook group I set up a while ago for people that wanted to post their own pictures, because I was really interested in seeing what everybody else is doing, and I do look and I check out everybody's paintings. I don't always get to see them the day they're posted, because I probably visit it maybe twice a week and have a good look at everybody's work. And there's some. It really is a nice group for beginners, advanced painters. We've got all sorts of people in there, and the work is really impresses me. Really nice group. I haven't seen one negative comment. I've got a couple of moderators on there that help me out, just making sure that we get people to join, because you have to request to join the group. We kind of try and process that as quick as we can. So I got a couple of people from America helping out with that one as well, which is really cool. So if you've got paintings and you want to share them with other people, and you want a safe space where you don't have to worry about sort of people that are going to be not very nice, perhaps, I don't know, because this really is a nice group. That's my leaves put in. Check it out. I'll put a link in the description. It is as I say, it's a private group. It's on Facebook, and everybody is welcome to join us there. We've got just over 200 members now, so it is turned into a really nice little community. Better, isn't it? I sort of love the way everybody supports one another and comments and things. Try not to encourage advertising, especially if it's not art related. We've had to remove a few posts. I mean, you can promote your own channels and stuff like that. I'm not on about that. I'm on about people trying to sell things, you know. We don't really want to sort of encourage that. Right, I'm going to do one more thing before I'm teasing you with the old alpha stuff. I'm going to do one more thing before I get into the alpha painting. I want to put the background in, so I'm going to move this down here. And I'm going to choose kind of a grey colour. I'm thinking to show maybe towards green. To go with blue. I mean, now it doesn't look a deal different, does it? That's a bit bluer. I'm going to change to this brush. I've done everything in the which one was it? Was it the? I'm not sure which one I used now. I thought it maybe it was the. No, I said earlier. Can't remember. I thought it was the big flat grain tilt. Was it that? Could it have been that? Yeah, it could have been. But now, the important thing is I'm changing to the water spread wide area. I want to. This is behind, so. Light pressure, you get less application. Sorry. Heavy pressure, you get less application. Light pressure, you get more application. Okay. I don't think that's colourful enough. Let's swap it to more green. Greens in it. Definitely want something over here. Soften it off. Yeah. Maybe some purple. Look at that. Barely touching it and you get lots of colour. I'm going to make it even darker, I think. Colours are all over the place at the minute because, like I say, I've got to pretty much redo them all. I want to get some dark behind. So far so good. I'm quite liking what we get in. Shall we do the bike? Let's go back to the bike layer. This is it. This is the bit you've all been waiting for. Click on the alpha lock, which is this little to the right. You see this little cross? Click on that. You've got an alpha lock. And now, whatever colour I choose, I can paint over this. So let's get radical. Let's get a sort of a really pale colour and start painting over this bit. Look, and you can see it's turning negative. So I can totally change, and it will only paint within the pixels that I've already applied. So I can change, let's change the brush up a bit and maybe choose this round fringe brush. I can choose a colour which is, what's the blue grey, maybe there. This fringing colour, maybe a bit bolder. A little bit of fringe work to that. So you can see how we're totally transforming this bike, and I don't have to worry about details of drawings because I've already done it. So I'm going to go back to a lighter colour, choose that big spread wide area brush and just begin by putting a lighter colour with some of the bike frame. Change the colour a bit. Shadow on it there, look like that. There we go. Alpha lock, it's the future. I can even bring this bit back dark. Go into the purpley colour. In fact, is it control key? Yeah, I can select the colour off the canvas so I've got the same colour. Kind of that way. Yeah. And do the same. Same on this. And I guess the tyres, they need to be. We've still got the watercolour effect of what I've already, of the brushes that I painted in. That doesn't change. You don't lose that because it won't paint over it. This bit needs to be a nice sort of light colour, doesn't it? Because it's a bit of sort of metal. I like the way that sort of bled into that. Make that light sort of juxtaposed against that dark bit of purple in the background wash. And the tyre, we can do the rim of the tyre, this light colour. And the spokes. Go a bit lighter, almost to white. Very little pressure with this brush. Now choose a colour for the tyre. So it's got to be purple, hasn't it, to keep it within that palette that we're using. The palette. So really, that initial blue wash that I put on was just designed as a masking layer, really, I suppose. And you can see why I painted the flowers quite flat, because I'm going to go over them. I'm putting highlights and things. There we go. What do you think? Is it coming together? I've got more adventurous as I've gone on with this. I could bring some of that blue, that kind of blue back into it, I suppose. Oh, I like that. The way that bleeds in, that's typical of watercolour. I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. That will do. I can totally see I've misdrawn this. Look, this sort of comes along there. But it doesn't matter. It's about the technique, isn't it? I'm just showing you this alpha lock technique. And it's just the impression of bike. You can see it's a bike. Doesn't really matter. Let's do the flowers. Let's get some pink. Some soft pink. And then I can add some of the detail over the top of that. Oh, I haven't selected the alpha lock on that one. Let's do that. Better. Wonder if I should undo it and start that bit. I'm going to undo that. Let's step back. Let's see if I can go back enough to get all of that off. It's not going to let me, is it? Let's choose the pink. Let's just paint that back in. Let's go back to the original brush. That's it. And paint that back in. Oh, now I've got the alpha lock on. I want it off just for a second. Now I'm switching the alpha lock on. You got to remember about when the alpha lock's on and when it's off. I'm going to use this brush because I can get a bit more definition, can't I? With that. I like that. Change the pink. Let's make it a bit more rosy. back to my big flat brush again. Oh. Look at that. Love it. How cool is that? So I knew that the colours, the initial colours were way off and not really what I was looking for, but it doesn't matter because I knew that I was going to be able to come back in and weave a little bit of magic on it. There we are. Even make some. Oh, that's nice. Down here. And then some green. So, oh, that's all in the same layer, isn't it? So I can just choose a green. Why don't I do it this way? Let's keep it fairly neutral to start with. I mean, this is a totally digital process, totally divorced from painting watercolours in a traditional way. Hopefully, I am getting a very nice watercolour effect. I am loving this, loving it. A bit more green on here. I'm just wondering, you know, leave some of this purple on. I think it's like a bit of an underpainting. Look quite cool. Need a little bit of a sparkle, don't we? Get a bit more towards the limey green. Oh yeah. Oops. A bit of highlights on here. These are just abstract shapes, aren't they? They're nothing like the leaves, really. I didn't even try to draw anything too realistic. Yeah. Thinking a grungy blue, grungy, a teal, towards the teal end of it. Just beauty about this is you can just keep adding colour. brought some of this sort of really vibrant green back a little bit. Yeah. Back to the... Oh, we're on the poppy layer, aren't we? Yeah, I just want to... just add a real touch of... can. Maybe I should change brush for this. Go back to the flat big grain tilt brush. That's it. I can just get a bit more sort of shape and definition, even though it's working within that boundary look. I'm just wondering, do I want in the background, go back to my background layer, use that big brush, add a flush of pink. No, not on the top part of it. Just sort of there. Not convinced. No, I don't like that. Let's get rid of that. That bit's alright. I haven't got enough undos on this, have I? A bit muddy. I mean, I can just keep going over this all day long if I want, because it's not going to affect. Should I switch the? Wondering if I should switch the alpha lock onto this layer. Let's just line that up a bit. I'm just lightening it up so I can put some more colour back in. I can go back to the purple colour. Put that back in. Light pressure look, you get that lovely dark application. Heavy pressure, you just sort of uses it away. I'm tempted, you know what I'm tempted to do? I'm tempted to just turn that layer off. I thought I've got it a bit messy. And do it again. Do it all again. Let's try it. Let's try a different brush. Let's try. What will this do? So I'm going to try the water spread pattern this time. This is my last go at this. This is the one. Look at that. I didn't do it like this before. So very light pressure, you can get a thicker paint layer on. Heavy pressure, it sort of spreads that paint out. This is what I wanted. This gives it that watercolour look. Yes, that's it. This is it. This is what we're after. Look at that genius brush design. It's struggling a little bit. Catch up with me. Oh dear. So got rid of that. I was worried then that I was going to have to take my stylus off the canvas. What's happening now? The only bit I don't like is this bit here. Get rid of it. Because it's all on different layers, we can just erase that out. I'm back in again. There. Now, do I want it a bit darker here? Add a bit of weight. Let's create another layer because I don't want to mess that up. I can sort of change the colour. Let's have a bit of variety in the colour as well. Maybe. Doing anything. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch that layer off, then I can see what I'm painting with this layer and just add a little bit of dark. I wonder if I'm going to like this. Let's hope so, eh? Right, switch that other layer back on. Don't like it. I think it, to be honest with you, I think the softness of that is what we need. I could now go back to the leaves, just strengthen them up a little bit, maybe. Just I'm keeping the background softer, add a little bit more definition for the leaves, and the alpha lock's on, so that's cool. Around the edges a bit. Bush have I got? Try a different brush. Doesn't seem to. Better. I can get it. Oh, that's. I think it's because the alpha, the layer I painted on there is so. Was so thin. I can't get much more colour on it. Whereas down here I can, you see. There I can too. So I can sort of. Maybe if I go with a much more. Yeah. Lighter pigment. It'll stand out a bit more. So I go back to that other brush I was using. The basic round fringe brush. Was it this? Might have been this one actually. Round green brush. I think the best effect is definitely though with just a big wash brush and just let it flow over. Don't want dirty colours. And this is a nice. Effect. I think that's it. Shall I get it signed? Because if I don't, I'm just going to keep messing about with it. Yeah. Just decided to go back in and fiddle with the alpha lock a bit more. Just felt it needed it. A bit more sparkly colour. Bit more to the Poppies too. To create a new layer, to put a little bit of detail in this foliage, which I thought was just missing a bit. That's a bit too much. Man, how does it get like this? I'll put the alpha lock on that, and then I can lighten up the colour. That. Change the brush. And like that. So wonderful to it. Make it. That's what I want. That's what I want. Here we are. Come over to this side. Get that lime greeny thing going off again. Let me put brighter colour in. Doesn't seem to want to. There we are. That's it. You can always Click on that layer again. Change my brush. Okay. Let me choose that. I'll lock off it. So there we have it. A watercolour painting in Krita using Alpha Lock to change the colours and get these really sort of dreamy effects. I can't help it. I'm totally addicted to this Alpha Lock thing. I've gone back onto my background layer and I just want to add a little bit more colour. I just think it all looks a bit flat. So I'm using the Watersea Spread wide brush and I'm just going to add little bits of green. It's a bit too much. Overdone it already. I need quite a lot of pressure and then reduce the pressure rather than starting off light, because I just want little indications of this colour. Okay. I just think it's adding there's more nature overtaking this, and then I want to pick up the pink, do the same again, just add little flushes of pink there. So the Alpha Lock's on this layer. Oh no, the Alpha Lock isn't on, so I'm just sort of painting over it without the Alpha Lock being switched on, and I think that's working quite well. Yeah, it just adds a little bit of interest. A bit more green perhaps. A bit more interest, I think. Just gonna lift that bit out. That's it. Like that sort of sharpness there. There we go. That really is the end of the video. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I didn't want you to miss a single step of the old painting. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, big thumbs up as always. It's much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I've got loads of videos like this and I'd love to be sharing them with you. So don't forget everybody, stay safe, stay sane, keep painting, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.